We all are born with potential inside of each and every one of us, just waiting to be watered. Therefore, every child must be given the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to aspire to be what God has chosen him or her to be.
There are 5 preparatory schools and 1 high school which fall within the conference. We begin with the Hagley Park Prep School, which is staffed with 13 class teachers, 3 subject teachers, and is led by Mrs. Elin Spence. Student enrollment at the school ranged from 317 to 335 over the period, and efforts to reach the Seventh-day Adventist populace yielded results. The ratio moved from 20/80 to 40/60.
As the schools go out and perform and persons recognize that we are no less capable, their confidence in what we do is greatly increased.
As it relates to performances in the Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT, between 74 and 86% were placed in traditional high schools over the period. The school also did well in areas such as an internal spelling bee competition, the top trophy of which went to Shalika Miller. From 2010 to 2012, the school choir won the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission JCDC Trophy for the top performance in the Children's Gospel Song Competition, and in 2013, the TVJ Schools Challenge Quiz team made it to the quarterfinals. Now to the Kingsway High School. The school over the period saw some transition in principals from Mrs. Claudette Genus to Mrs. Redva Farrell, then on to Dr. Donna Brown, who temporarily sat in that chair before passing the baton to Mr. Jaron Whiteley. The school has on board 27 teachers, including 5 part-time teachers. There has been a dip in student enrollment over the period due to the decision to curtail the registration of government-placed students because their performance fell below the required standard. In 2010-2011, there was a high of 502 students to the current figure of 282. Of that figure, 120 are Seventh-day Adventists. Over the period, the school has seen an improvement in several subject areas, recording 100% passes in clothing and textiles, EDPM, information technology, food and nutrition, and social studies. Students also did well in 2013, recording 100% passes in Caribbean history, 90% in electrical installation, and 93% in integrated science. The school was sitting the latter 2 subjects for the first time. In a broadcast on Nationwide News, Kingsway High was highlighted among the non-traditional high schools that were doing well academically, especially in the CSEC examination. A particular student, Anisha Anderson, valedictorian of the class of 2013, was placed second in the island in home economics in the 2013 examination. Overall, she passed all her subjects, gaining 5 distinctions and 3 credits.
We have seen some creditable performances in the CSEC passes over the past 4 years. There has been consistent growth.
From the high school to the Kingsway Pre-Kindergarten and Preparatory School, which is headed by Mrs. Kadeen Pusey Bernard. This school has a staff complement of 9 trained teachers, 4 assistant teachers, and 3 part-time teachers. During the quadrennium, there was a slight decrease in enrollment, moving from a high of 246 to the current enrollment of 210. Despite this, GSAT students who were placed in traditional high schools ranged between 82 and 93% over the period. Apart from the academics, the school was also featured in other ways. The grade 3 class and teacher were featured in CVM TV during Inspire Jamaica with Curlin Brown. A student, Reuben Williams, was diagnosed with cancer and funds were raised towards his surgery. Unfortunately, Reuben died. But on to some good news. The school's TBJ Quiz Club members in 2011 made it to the semifinals of the competition. The school has also been ranked in the 242 above average academic performing preparatory schools in Jamaica.
And we are number 64, getting ahead of some of the very notable schools around. And full credit to the leadership team, and especially to our teachers and support staff.
Turning the pages now to the newest kid on the block, the Miramar Kinder Preparatory School, which is located in St. Thomas. Since its inception in 2009, the school has experienced tremendous growth. Under the leadership of Principal Mr. F.E. Bingham, the school received recognition status from the Jamaica Union and was also involved in the National Spelling Bee competition. The school has a staff complement of 8 classroom teachers, 2 volunteer teachers, and 1 volunteer guidance counselor. Each year, the school has shown steady increases in the number of students enrolled, with a ratio of 60 non-Adventists to 40 Adventists.
In 2007, when we started, we had 19 students, and to date, we are 93 students strong. That is, to me, a strong evidence that God is leading that institution.
In 2013, while entering 3 students for the first time for the GSET examination, all were placed in traditional high schools. From the youngest preparatory school to the oldest, the New Hope Preparatory School. Headed by Mr. Lambert Forrest, the teaching population consists of 8 classroom teachers, 1 reading specialist, and 1 physical education volunteer teacher. The school has seen a steady increase in its student population from 2010 to 2013, reaching a high of 110.
Over the last 4 years, the school has seen reasonable growth in its population. Between 2010 and 2013, the school has seen steady growth.
Regarding the school's academic performance, GSET passes for traditional high schools started out poorly for the period, but improved greatly, rising from 13% one year to a high of 76% another. In 2013, the school won 5 medals in the JCDC Festival of the Arts competition. Now over to the Woodford Preparatory School. During the period, EJC said goodbye to Mrs. Radetta Burnett, who gave 15 years of service to the school as principal. A new principal, Mr. Dave McNeish, was then installed. The school currently employs 5 teachers and 1 assistant teacher. Due to the harsh economic constraints, the school's enrollment now stands at 59. It is also the only institution in the constituency where the Adventist to non-Adventist ratio is 68% to 32. The percentage placement of GSET students in traditional high schools was average. In 2013, the school received 12 laptops, 60 recorders, a projector, among other things from a school in New York. It was a welcomed donation.
It was a beauty. You see, the children could now interface with technology in their own environment, in their own classes. And that was really, really good.
Despite all being institutions of learning, the spiritual aspect was not neglected. The school saw a collective number of 131 persons baptized, including at least 4 parents. Currently, there are 27 basic schools in operation within the constituency. These schools are self-supported and play a major role in various communities. Many of our churches within the constituency have been conducting various education activities, which include the establishment of homework centers for students, the promotion of SEAL training programs, the holding of CSEC evening classes, which have been doing well, among several others. Departmental programs were also held over the period to boost the morale of staff members. These would include seminars and workshops, the hosting of a retreat for teachers and a few retirees, award services, among others.
But in spite of all the challenges, we are giving God thanks because we have seen where God has come through for all our schools in East Jamaica Conference, and we are extremely grateful.